As Mr. Sektani mentioned, a key government policy that supports the education of low-income Malay students is the Tertiary Tuition Fee Subsidy Scheme, or TTFS. Mr. Muhammad Azari bin Muhammad Zain is one beneficiary who, despite his challenging financial circumstances, graduated with first-class honours in biological sciences from Nanyang Technological Institute, and he is now a scientist at AVA. So we are committed to helping all who deserve and seek assistance. In this regard, I'm pleased to announce that we will revise the TTFS income eligibility criteria. So we recognize that the per capita income of PCI of families have risen over the last few years. As such, we are revising the income band upwards. Students from households with PCI of 1,400 and below will receive 100% subsidy. Those with PCI between 1,400 and 1,700 will receive 75% subsidy, and those with PCI between $1,700 and $2,000 will receive 50% subsidy. So the revisions will take effect for academic year 2018-2019. Mendaki will provide more details. So Chairman, our Madrasah graduates are our future Asatizahs, and in this regard, we've been looking into plans to develop an Islamic college in Singapore. Dr. Intan, Dr. Fatima asked for an update. So in recent months, officials from MUIS and myself visited institutions of higher learning in the Middle East, such as in Egypt, Jordan, and Turkey, as well as universities in multi-religious plural societies, such as the US and Canada, to study the different models of tertiary Islamic education. So for example, both Al-Azhar and the University of Jordan traditionally produce religious teachers, while the latter also trains its students with broad-based skills for employability in the non-religious sector for the wider economy. The Turkish universities take an academic approach in teaching classical Islamic sciences and the humanities, while its dirN1M, or the Turkish Central Religious Authority, like a MUIS, separately provides religious vocational training. On the other hand, Zaytuna College and Notre Dame University in the US and McGill University in Canada take a rigorous academic approach to produce scholars. The different learning approaches provide useful learning points, and each is suited to its own society and context. An Islamic college in Singapore would adapt appropriate features from overseas institutions so that we will, in time, produce Islamic teachers and scholars who balance a deep learning for the Islamic sciences with broad-based skills and knowledge, and more importantly, are rooted in the belief and the practice of Islam in Singapore's multi-religious and multiracial context. So we also took the opportunity to meet our Singaporean students studying in these institutions. The students highlighted how social issues have become more complex and perspectives are more diverse. They emphasized how, for Singapore, religious teachers must be able to guide Muslims in living out the religion as members of our modern plural society. They shared their concerns about employability, safety, and the cost of education. So I appreciate their frank views, and we will consider carefully in developing high-quality tertiary education. So I believe we can succeed in developing our own Islamic college. It will not be easy, but with hard work and taking time to carefully study this undertaking, I'm confident that we can develop an institution that will nurture future Asatizah, whom our committee looks up to and supports wholeheartedly. So in the coming months, MUIS will be engaging the community for their views so that our first Islamic college in Singapore will be a center of excellence for the learning of Islam that we can all be proud of. While we plan for the future of religious education, we wish to encourage talented young Asatizahs to engage our youth. So I agree with Mr. Zanzapari that we must inoculate our young from extremist and segregationist views. We must not allow such ideologies to take root in Singapore. We must start early and focus on upstream work. The Asatizah Youth Network, or AYN, was formed last year with 11 Asatizahs to offer support and guidance to our youth on social media, as well as the first touch point for those in doubt. Ustaz Tarmizi Wahid belongs to this pioneer batch. He is the CEO and founder of Safina Institute, a private Islamic learning center with strong digital media presence, especially on Instagram. Safina also operates a digitally device-friendly platform called Soul Academy, where participants can virtually interact and discuss issues with trainers and peers. So the AYN has been active in increasing outreach both online and offline. In October 2017, they collaborated with Religious Rehabilitation Group, or RRG, and Pergas to organize a seminar on on strengthening the religious resilience of the Singapore Muslim community for about 300 asatizas and community leaders. In December, they produced a video series, #The Prophet I Know, featuring the AYN asatiza promoting the values that the Prophet stood for and how Muslims contribute to the larger society. This video production was done following AYN's participation in a workshop on effective counter-narrative and digital engagements conducted by Google Singapore. Over the next 5 years, MUIS aims to grow the AYN membership, conduct drop-in sessions for youth at Al-Falah Mosque in Orchard Road, and continue training asatizas in digital media engagements and counseling techniques to counter youth radicalism.